Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another basketball or NBA playoff reaction, and I've been watching this. I've not done the reactions for a few days because I've just been a bit quiet on YouTube recently, but I've been watching these games, and this series has been wild. Last game, I mean, Luka went off. I think it went to overtime, didn't it? It was like really, really close, and the Mavs just won. I mean, Luka went off. It was an absolute masterclass from him, and it was 2-2 in the series. And yeah, I know the end score to this, and I know it was a ridiculous a ridiculously high score line, but I still want to do the reaction because I mean I've been enjoying watching this series, this sort of mini series a lot. It's really, really interesting, man. If the Mavs win Game 6, this last game is gonna be so high pressured, it's just gonna be incredible, man. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen for the rest of the series. But without further ado, let's check this one out first because yeah, banger of a game. And yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it, and let's just check this out, man.
Mavericks with the first possession here, decked out in the blue uniforms. This is technically a Clipper home game, and how about a hit right out of the gates with Porzingis out? So a lot of
I love that I'm
Tim
getting
Hardaway Jr. in Game 4 had 21 points. Mavericks have shown they have some balance. That's a good start. Paul George knocks down his first look. They have alternated wins in this series. Doncic with the runner, scores in the lane.
That you like from the toughness from a basketball point of view.
Oh, look at that pass.
Down in the corner, Hardaway with Kawhi on him. Now he shoots over Kawhi Leonard and hits a tough three-pointer.
By his big man. I mean, that's what you want. Guys getting you to the lane, giving you a little bit of extra room, and Cleveland that time doing a good job.
George gets a friendly bounce.
It's not the words of your enemies that hurt you, but the silence of your friends, and I think that's the frustration that some NBA players feel.
Pull through this, but we need change, and we need to examine why we're here and own it and fix it. So it's understandable why these players have such. Doncic does have a couple of assists. Kawhi trying to extend this run, gets deep, and Leonard scores and one. Explosive leaping ability. He can get to a place with those jump hooks that most can't deny. There's Doncic.
They was having an absolute stinker for a bit then, weren't they? Jesus.
Doncic trying to turn the corner, does so off the glass. Easy for him. 13-point game. Trey Burke trying to catch Kawhi Leonard. All the way around the floor it goes. Reggie Jackson hits a three from the corner. Shot clock down to 8. Williams goes to work.
Williams went in recently, didn't I? think it was last game when they actually lost. Yes. He went in. I really, really like him, man.
DeLon Wright off the Mavericks bench with Memphis
Williams
last year.
Really
and Wright patient gets the scoop and count the basket.
Look at this.
You have to do that by getting in the defensive lane.
So high scoring, my God.
If you're just joining us once again, as George on the take, takes on Boban and scores the layup.
I heard that
for the
PG went off.
Clippers. He continues to sit with a calf injury.
I heard that he went off differently. Because he's been getting memed a lot.
Tightened up defensively. Harold goes to the hole, gets a friendly roll.
Not being as good in the playoffs recently.
George that eventually
but apparently he went
down.
off.
Tonight's game, Doc Rivers showed that same confidence, saying that
he's
told Paul George, just keep shooting, keep being him. Now you've got cell phones, you've got social media, all these people that can come at you with all this advice. Coach Doc Rivers said, I hope Paul George is listening to none of them.
With this game the other night, he comes into the playoffs with only a few points, and the other night, he just goes off.
How satisfying is it for him as Hardaway hits a three?
And did the circle of bases sign like check.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
That was naughty, man.
Backdoor.
Kleba named the Defensive Player of the Year today. Congratulations to Giannis. His speech was so great. As Jackson lines another one up. Two massive runs for the Clippers in this game. Doncic whistles one over to Finney-Smith. He's got a three.
Others on the bench get their rhythm going, so you want them to have an extended period of playing time. Kawhi, bang, baseline.
Landry Shamet will find George.
It's not even as if the
feels like
Mavs
George is trying to put together a monster.
It's not even as if the Mavs haven't even scored many. They've scored a bit lower than they usually would. It's not a great score, but it's just the Clippers they've just been going off, man. They're already on 81 points.
And all arrows pointing toward PG-13.
1,000 screaming fans.
This is the Mavs defense struggling.
Doncic with 14 and 7. George gets by and he's fouled, and now
there's a lot of sort of beef between these two teams,
I really hope that how far back he comes. Out. Look at how far back he swipes that. Everybody's saying, oh, this is the Lakers team that we thought. Yeah, that hurts the Clippers' ego a little bit.
Come on, Luka, man.
Luka Doncic. Clippers trying to push it down the corner.
They
That is
nicely.
Shamet for three.
They
Local
made it
crews,
easy, man.
TV and radio, and go through the whole season, put in the work, and not able to be here to experience the bubble. And thinking about those guys too. They're doing a great job covering these games. That was a big turning point in game one. Dallas did answer in game two.
Oh!
Zubats. Nice
What the
feed
fuck
and the
was
finish.
that?
That's where he has to be a little smarter.
He could have said something to the effect of "Nice try defensively, but I was a little
Nice
better
play.
on that play." I think that's what he said.
Too little,
Knocks
too
down
late,
the
though.
three.
Tim Hardaway had a nice playoff run here for the Mavericks in this series. Had 21 points in 35 minutes in game four. There's an answer by Kawhi Leonard. There is space on the shelf. The greatest. Here's DeLon Wright. Cashes in a three-pointer.
Look at Boban. I love him so much.
Tonight and
When he's trying to sprint
giving
as
their
fast as he
opponents
can.
22 points.
Kills me, man.
Here goes Jackson. And high off the window and looking for a foul.
He's missed wide open shots, 0 for 9 on shots in the games that they've lost, games 2 and 4. 0 for 9.
Second playoff series. Hadn't scored a point in the playoffs until this
Yeah,
year.
and
George
Mavs,
followed by
they've got a
Boban.
good sort of
Just do better.
score.
Sorry, man.
Just
Sorry.
getting done completely.
Here's Montrezl Harrell for three.
In terms
He's
of
got
scored
it.
for them, just against. That was nasty, man.
And the bench still love turn the favor for him.
Look at
Love
that.
seeing that. This is a tight-knit group.
Oh,
George
come
loses
on,
it.
George,
Montrezl
man. Full
Harrell.
George. And that
And
dunk
now
as
they're-
well. Okay, yeah, they're feeling
A
it themselves
setup
now.
by
He's been
George.
going off. He's been doing some nice bits.
Paul George, 13th career 30-point
Oh, you could take him out
playoff
now.
game.
This is the
5
PG
for
we want
George
to see,
tonight.
man.
Harrell goes to the cup. Reeves, Justin Jackson as well. Shamma turns it over. Jackson running
Look
it
at this
up ahead,
score,
right.
man.
And a two-handed jam. Enjoying all this.
They're getting humbled right now.
Every minute is valuable in the NBA, especially when it comes in the playoffs. As Patrick Patterson coached in 125 career playoff games. First time he's ever been ejected. It was a frustrating night for Dallas.
Oh!
And it started.
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that? I'm kind of like blown. What the fuck that even
Playoff
was?
games. First time he's ever been ejected. It was a frustrating night for Dallas. And
Oh,
it started
I mean, it wasn't even anything that
in
spectacular.
the
It just
first
made it look
half as
sick.
Harold puts two more on the board.
If I'm
How
Dallas,
many
I'm
points
always
is
going
he
to
on now?
believe because we have a championship coaching pedigree. We have a
He's
great
like-
young
he's
player
like kind of a madness.
and two great young players in Porzingis.
Is he a backup?
Made three in this game. 20 for 31, 65% success rate.
So I
from
assume at
behind
this
the
point
arc.
they're playing
games
backup
this year for
options.
the Mavericks.
Jeez,
Once the dribble
40
handoff, he
points.
sets the screen as well. But
Oh.
Patterson,
He's feeling it, man. Wow. Presented by Kia. Coming up next, EJ, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq.
Oh my god. This is
That
brutal,
put up
man.
141 against the Dallas Mavericks.
yeah, I think that's the year I actually hurt my knee in Dallas. And so,
This is
yeah,
brutal.
hit me on the Instagram, fans. We used to hit y'all in the head with the great Dirk Nowitzki.
Three-pointer in the corner. Clippers shoot 63.1% from the field tonight. That's a playoff record
This is
as
mad.
well.
Playoff
A
record.
record-setting night in a lot of ways. They put 154 on the board. Paul George, 35
But
points.
let's look at the actual stats though. Mavs. Oh shit. Versus Clippers. Oh, it's the box. 25th. Yeah, that's the one. Let's look at these. Let's look at these points, man. Box score. So Doncic had 22. I was wondering where Porzingis was. I'm guessing. I don't actually know what's happened to him. Is he injured? Is he suspended? Let's look at it actually. Porzingis injury, because that could be big. Injury update. Wait, so ruled out. Oh, so just game 5 as at the moment. I hope that's the case because I want to see him in the next two to see like the competitiveness between both teams, man. Because this is an incredible matchup. I'm really liking this one, man. I feel like it's going to go all the way. If Porzingis is back for game 6, and they get that win, Game 7 is going to be ridiculous, man. But yeah, the Mavs were just out of their depth for this one. We can't lie. Like, the Clippers just went off. And the scary thing is, Paul George played 25 minutes and he scored 35 points. What? He didn't even play that much. They pretty much played a second string team for half the game. More than half the game even. Mad. That's kind of wild. I mean, Kawhi with 32 in 30 as well. With 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Yo, they were doing well this game, man. Made up for lost time in the other games, because Jesus Christ, that duo of George and Leonard, when they're on form, could be one of the hardest matchups for any team, man. It's crazy how, like, when they go off, and if they had like, typical minutes, like, because usually you get like 30 to 35 from, like, if you're a top player like them, from what I've seen, you'd get between that. If it was like an intense game, they could have both got 45, 50 points, man. Maybe that's a bit more, maybe like 40, 45, but still, to share that between two players, that is mad. And man, yeah, incredible performance from them. Let's just look at the comments. What's the meaning of inconsistency, Clippers fan? I just watched PG playing. PG had to go gather. I can't read. Fuck. To go gather 7 Dragon Balls for his game back. I think Paul George was just practicing his space jump without losing all his powers. KD, do you know who I am? I am Kevin Durant. Paul George, dark place George. I was in a dark place, but now I'm back. I love that meme so much. I was in the dark place. It's all over Twitter. I love seeing it. This is the worst margin of defeat for the Dallas Mavericks in an NBA playoff game. Crazy. When you see Kawhi with the fresh cornrows with a faded beard, you know it's game time. That's his 2019 playoff facial appearance. Somebody finally gave George Paul sensory beats so he could transform into playoff P. Fuck me! These adverts scare the shit out of me. Is Pandemic P getting rid of the virus? Because he finally played good. Very disappointed in George Paul. The Mavs need the second best player. Why is everyone calling him George Paul? What's going on? But yeah, man. Really good game. I mean, I'll say a good game. It was an absolute whitewash in the end. But 43 points, that is wild. But I mean, Porzingis isn't changing that. He's not doing anything about this. I mean, they were just all on complete form here. A 43 game deficit is wild. And yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you reckon the Mavs maybe like mentally they're just going to be drained from this game? Do you reckon they're going to come back for Game 6, or do you reckon this one's like written on the wall now? Like the Clippers are just gonna sort of pull through. Because man, I'm loving this. I just hope. I really want a Game 7, man. I think a Game 7 between these two would be absolutely ridiculous. I can't remember what I predicted. I feel like I'd have predicted Clippers winning 6, which could happen. But yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, like, subscribe, peace.